offer more power and more fuel mileage. You can also do a lot more with them, upgrade-wise. You can do stuff on the inside of the engine that you can't do to gas engines, or else it'll mess up the engine. So
what do you think about gas trucks then?
Oh, they're nice, don't get me wrong, but if you're more into upgrading your truck, and you want a truck that has a lot more horsepower and will get you better fuel mileage, you can pull more with trailers and stuff like that, you're better off going with it.
So people that say diesel fuel is too expensive, what do you say to those people?
All I say is you'll earn it back with your miles to the gallon. I mean, with this right now, I have a little over a quarter of a tank left, and I have 430 miles on this tank already. It turns out to be about 16 miles to the gallon. And with a gas truck this size and running it the way I do, you'd probably get 8 to 10 maybe. So I just say that you'll earn the money back.
They last longer, they hold their resale value more, they sound better, they piss people in California off. It has like 3 times as much foot-pounds of torque as a gas engine because of the turbocharger. Fuel burns more completely, no longer cycles, better power.
You can't blow any smoke with the gas there, can you? I want the power and I want it right there. I don't want to have to go out there to supercharger on something that's not even worth it. I already got the power right here. This diesel truck's a lot heavier than any other gas truck you can buy out there. You got something. You have to have something heavy duty to pull the hay wagon around, set up and stop it. And if you're at a red light, going up a hill, you're gonna need the power to pull it up. You can't be driving a tractor 30 or 40 miles away from the farm.
So what do we have back here, Wayne?
That there, your John Deere 7600, that's the biggest tractor we had. I think out there is 2005. And that for a little bit of everything.
Yeah, what's the main purpose of a big tractor like that?
Well, you know, a lot of your equipment, you got heavy equipment running around, you need a good power, a tractor with good power to pull heavy equipment.
And you choose diesel engines for any particular reason?
Diesel's got more power. It's all about power.
Do diesel equipment, does it get better fuel mileage overall, saves you money in the long run?
Oh yeah, it might be a little more expensive at the pump, but you get better fuel mileage. It saves money in the long run, you're right.
So what do we have here, Wayne?
This is that little Ford Ranger I was talking about that's got the diesel engine. We use this. It's a smaller body, but it's got the diesel engine, so it's got the power we need.
How old would you say this truck is?
This is a 1982. They made these for 1 year.
1982, and it's still running pretty good, it looks like to me. So, do you think a gas engine could last 26 years?
No, and this one's got 519,000 miles on it.
Still in good shape.
It still runs everyday use.
So how long do you think run your farm?
Oh, they're a heavier duty engine. They're built bigger. They're built heavier. They usually guys that run diesels are looking for more power, more payload capacity with their truck, and along with that, you get fuel economy, better fuel economy for the same payload capacity that you would out of the gas engine. And in the long term, they're more reliable and don't give as many problems.
So you believe that the cost difference when buying a truck, the diesel is worth it over the gas?
If you're going to be using a truck to the point where you're towing loads all the time or hauling a load, you know, using your truck for a truck, not just for a go-to-town vehicle, yeah, I believe the cost can be justified. It's the inline 6 version rather than the V8. You got a lot less moving parts, less cylinders, less of everything, a lot less maintenance in the long run, a lot less trouble.
Better than
Diesel cars are a whole lot better than gas cars. Diesel cars outperform as performance-wise. You get a lot better performance out of a diesel car than you will out of any hybrid, and you're going to get the same fuel mileage. Like your Volkswagen diesels, they're getting 45 to 50 miles a gallon out of a 4-cylinder diesel engine, and beat that. I mean, you'll get a hybrid car that gets close to that, but you don't have the power, you don't have an air nice over here.
So you see diesel technology is just improving year after year. Do you
Yeah.
see anything like that in gas?
No. Gas started this back in the early 70s with the emission stuff, and the diesel's getting into that now, but they're just improving diesel all the time. They're going with multi-stage injection events. Makes them run quieter, smoother, more power and torque out of a smaller engine, all that stuff. It's getting improved further and further with the electronics. It's got a lot of carbon built up around it. It came out of a truck where the guy was burning straight vegetable oil. That's something you don't want to do. And the vegetable oil doesn't spread the same as diesel fuel, and it doesn't burn up totally because of the glycerin in it. It makes a lot of carbon in the engine, and that's not good for the fuel system and not good for the engine because it's putting all that carbon down by the rings into the oil. And carbon in engine oil is a big engine killer. So when you're burning straight vegetable oil, you hear about these guys that do that. They think they're saving money, but in the long run it's going to bite them. Now, biodiesel is a safe alternative to diesel fuel. It's processed vegetable oil, usually from used vegetable oil. The commercial guys do it from new vegetable oil, and it burns relatively the same as diesel fuel. The glycerin's out of it, the moisture's all out of it. You don't get the problems with fuel system failure. I've burned biodiesel in my truck, and I've been very impressed with it, the way it runs, the way it...
So you don't lose any power or anything like that?
Not that I could tell. I put my truck on the dyno with diesel fuel in it. Dyno had 572 horsepower to the ground. Put it on the dyno a couple weeks later with biodiesel in it. It was relatively the same numbers. So I couldn't tell a difference, and fuel mileage wise is close to the same.
I can get a batch done in a day if I'm on top of it start to finish. So you start it in the morning, 6 hours or so to heat up, a couple hours for drying. The actual biodiesel conversion process only takes about an hour. Then I usually let it sit for another hour, drain off the glycerin, and then from there I do something actually I didn't mention called a bubble wash, which is where I actually blow air through it, and that picks up a lot of the moisture, any residual moisture that might be in the biodiesel, is in the excess methanol. If there's excess methanol, it pulls all that out. And then I run the filtration powder through. That has to run for about an hour or two. And then another hour, a couple hours for the filtration process. So usually I can get a batch done in about a day. People are worried about losing power by using biodiesel, but on average you lose about 5% in terms of torque with biodiesel compared to regular diesel in terms of the power outage, power output I should say. But the benefit is that biodiesel has a really great lubricity quality to it. That is, it really lubricates the parts, so you actually get longer life from your engine parts.
Where else do you collect from?
Just on campus.
I like diesel.
I like the Butter Smoke. Best brand. They're all good. I want the power, and I want it right there.
Just the diesel exhaust sounds a lot more better.
And it pisses people in California off.
You can't put any smoke with gas there, can you?
She's nice.